And can you just explain endocytosis?
Endocytosis. Endo means in, coming in, and cytosis, solute. So when any substance, a food particle, enters the cell, that is called as endocytosis, or also called as phagocytosis. Endo means intaken. Solid particles, when they are intaken, just like amoeba. Amoeba absorbing food. Amoeba absorbs food by the process called endocytosis or phagocytosis. That means the amoeba intake food particles rather than water. It will take food particles from the external medium. That is called endocytosis. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Endo means, always remember, endo means intaken or inner, and exo means outer. It is taken out, thrown out. So for that, exo word is used. Endo means always intaken. Okay. Any other doubt?
No.
Any other doubt anyone has? No.
Ma'am, osmotic pressure.
The pressure by which the osmosis happens by the pressure. So difference in pressure creates the different, creates concentration difference, creates the osmotic pressure. And because of the substances will move in and out of the cell.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
can you explain cell division?
Cell division, two types of a cell division. One cell divides into two types, two parts. Then this one, and then accordingly the chromosomes also divides. If the chromosome divides equally, an equal number of chromosomes are transferred to both the cells will get the equal number of chromosomes. Then that type of a cell division is called mitosis. By mitosis, one cell divides to form two new cells and having equal number of chromosomes. And when the cell divides to form four new cells, and every cell will have half the number of chromosome, then such cell division is called meiosis. Mitosis happens in body cells, different body cells. Whenever you have a cut on your body, if there is a cut and that area, again the regaining takes place, the cells regain there. As new cells are formed at that place. That is by mitosis. And meiosis takes place in gametic cells, reproductive cells. The gamete formation, the new gametes are formed by the process called meiosis, where the gametes will receive half the number of chromosomes. Clear?
Yes.
Any other?
Ma'am, plasmolysis.
Plasmolysis, shrinking of the plant cell. It happens in the plant cell. Shrinking of the plant cell takes place. This one, cytoplasm. Protoplasm takes place away from the cell wall when it is placed in a hypotonic solution. Okay, hypertonic solution. The shrinkage of the cell takes place. Protoplasm of the plant cell, and that happens only in the plant cell. Okay. Solve few of these MCQs. Are you able to see?
Yes.
The English scientist who first observed a cell and coined the term cell was
Robert Hooke, 1665.
Which object did he use to observe cell?
Cork.
Which object did he use to observe cell?
Ma'am,
Primary microscope. And everyone, please turn on camera. Cell is a Latin word which means
Ma'am, a little room.
a little True. Yes. Few examples of unicellular organisms.
Ma'am, amoeba.
Amoeba, yeast, paramecium.
Euglena.
A human cell consists of, name some inner organelle of the cell. Yes, what they consist of? The cell organelles you have to tell.
Mitochondria.
Mitochondria,
Nucleus.
nucleus, ribosome,
Lysosome.
this one, human cell. So plastids will not be there. Lysosomes, Golgi bodies.
And endoplasmic
Chromatin.
Chromatin is not a cell organelle.
Plasma membrane.
Plasma membrane, inner cell organelles. So plasma membrane is the outer boundary. Plant cell contains
Ma'am, all these.
Ma'am, all.
Mammal.
all.
chlorophyll, cell wall, nucleus, plastid, all of them. A cell wall is present only in
Plants
Plant cell.
Plant cell.
A, B. A and B.
B, ma'am.
the both. It is not only plant cell. In bacterial cell also has cell wall. Only difference is plant cell wall is made up of cellulose, and bacterial cell wall is made up of chitin, a complex protein. A plasma membrane is selectively permeable membrane, while a cell wall is
Fully permeable.
Semi-permeable.
it's fully permeable, not semi. It is cell wall is fully permeable. Carbon dioxide moves out of the cell by the process
diffusion.
diffusion. Gases by diffusion, and solute particles, dissolved particles through water by osmosis. Water moves in and out of the cell by the process
Osmosis.
Osmosis.
osmosis. In a saline solution, a cell wall shrink in size. Saline solution, that means it has more amount of solute particles. Salts are present. So more salt means water will be less in saline solution. So if water is less outside, that means cell is losing water. Cell will lose water, and due to loss of water, it will shrink in size. And in distilled water, a cell wall
Swells.
swells. Cell wall swells. Distilled water has more water. Inside cells, amount of water is less. So water will move from outside to enter into the cell. So therefore, cell will swell. A egg is a dash-celled structure.
Single.
Single-celled. A plasma membrane consists of
Proteins and
proteins and lipids. Amoeba acquires its food by the process
Endocytosis.
endocytosis. Plant cell wall is mainly composed of cellulose. Dash is the shrinkage of a cell in a water.
Osmosis.
Plasmolysis. Genetic material inside a cell is confined to. Confined means present. Bounded to. Where are the genetic material present? Come again, please.
Cytoplasm.
And cytoplasm.
Genetic material, where are they present?
Nucleus.
Nucleus. Genetic material, that is chromatin. Chromatin is present. Genes are present on chromosomes. Chromatin material, and chromatin materials are always present inside the nucleus. So nucleus. Examples of double membraned organelle are
Mitochondria.
think. Nucleus also has double membrane. Mitochondria also has double membrane, and even plastid also have double membrane. So all of them have double membrane. A cell with well-defined nucleus is
Eukaryote.
Eukaryotic.
eukaryotic cell. A cell with poorly defined nucleus is
Prokaryotic.
prokaryote. Animal, plants, and amoeba are prokaryote or eukaryote?
Eukaryote.
Eukaryote.
Eukaryotes. Prokaryote only example is bacteria. Examples of prokaryotes are just bacteria. Protoplasm is equal to cell minus cell wall plus
And plastids.
no. What is protoplasm means?
Ma'am, cytoplasm.
Only cytoplasm?
Ma'am, cytoplasm and nucleus.
Everything inside plasma membrane is called protoplasm. Everything inside plasma membrane, cell membrane, whatever it is present, cell organelle, nucleus, cytoplasm, all of them are called protoplasm. So protoplasm is what? Cell, total cell minus what we have to subtract to get the protoplasm. Everything inside plasma membrane. No, so plasma membrane won't come in protoplasm.
And cytoplasm.
How cytoplasm? Cytoplasm is present in protoplasm, right?
Plasma membrane.
Is plasma membrane you have to subtract. So from the cell, if you remove cell wall and plasma membrane, whatever left out in the cell, that is all protoplasm. Understood?
Yes.
And cytoplasm is protoplasm minus what is protoplasm?
And everything inside the cell wall.
Everything inside this plasma membrane. So what is there in the plasma membrane? Means inside plasma membrane?
Organelles.
Cytoplasm and organelle.
Yes, ma'am.
So cytoplasm plus organelle is protoplasm. So cytoplasm is protoplasm minus
Organelle.
Organelle.
cell organelle. Organelle in eukaryotic cell are membrane bound or without membrane?
With membrane.
With membrane. Membrane bound organelles. Organelles in dash cell are not membrane bound.
And prokaryote.
Prokaryotic cell.
Eukaryotic cell. Identify now here, remember membrane bound and non-membrane bound. That means the organelle which have membrane all are present in eukaryote, and which don't have membrane, they are present in prokaryote. So only ribosome don't have membrane. So therefore ribosome present in prokaryote. And all other membrane bound organelles are present in eukaryote. Identify the marked subjects. Here is A. This is B. This and this is B. Then it is C. Here it is C. What is it? What is the diagram is all about?
Amoeba. Consuming food.
What
Is it amoeba?
is amoeba? Capturing food. So what is A? What is A?
Food.
Food. The food particle. Then B are
And parts of amoeba.
what is that called?
The pseudopodia.
Pseudopodia, false feet. These are pseudopodia. They encircle this food with the help of pseudopodia. So pseudopodia is engulfing it, and now it is closed. And then what is it formed?
Food vacuole.
Vacuum.
Vacuole. So C is food vacuole. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now here it will engulf, fully digested. The food particle is digested, and then exocytosis has taken place. The waste product is eliminated out. The above process of food intake by amoeba is
Endocyte.
endocytosis. The network of tube-like structure in a cell is
Endoplasmic reticulum.
Endoplasmic reticulum.
endoplasmic reticulum. We say rough endoplasmic reticulum are rough because dash are attached to it.
Ribosome.
Ribosomes.
Ribosomes. SER stands for
Soft endoplasmic.
Smooth endoplasmic reticulum.
smooth endoplasmic reticulum. RER does protein synthesis while SER does
Lipid.
lipid synthesis. Other functions of endoplasmic reticulum are
Detoxification in liver cells.
so A is protein transport by RER, and the second one detoxification in liver cells, both A and B. Membrane bound flattened sacs, vesicles arranged parallelly in a cell are
Golgi bodies.
Golgi body.
bodies. Right. It's a Golgi body. Storing, packaging, modification of newly formed protein occurs in storing, packaging, modification.
Lysosomes.
Lysosomes.
Ma'am, Golgi body.
Golgi body's main function: storing, packaging, modification, then transportation. With the help of enzymes from RER, Golgi bodies also form a what they form?
Ma'am, lysosomes.
Lysosomes. Golgi bodies form lysosomes. From Golgi bodies itself, the lysosomes are formed. Lysosomes are membrane-bound sacs filled with a
Digestive enzymes.
Digestive.
digestive enzymes. Suicidal bags of the cells are
Lysosomes.
lysosomes. Lysosomes helps in the dash of food.
Digest-
What?
Digestion.
Digestion.
Digestion of food because they contains digestive enzymes. The powerhouse of the cell is
Mitochondria.
mitochondria. Which part of the mitochondrial membrane forms ATP? It's inner membrane. Inner membrane of mitochondria forms ATP. Colorful organelle in plant cell are called
Chloroplast.
colorful are called A or C?
Ma'am, C.
Chloroplast.
A.
Colorful. They are not told green. Only colorful means chromoplast. Green chromoplast of a plant cell is
Chloroplast.
chloroplast. Okay. Leucoplast is a strong storing organelle for leucoplast. All protein, fats, and starch, all of them. Dash is a membranous layer present in the chloroplast. Stroma. Inside chloroplast, stroma are present. Storage sac in plant and animal cell is vacuole. Vacuole in animals is small, while plant it is
Big.
big. The function of the vacuole in plant is
Ma'am, C. Proves rigidity and turgidity to the
Provides rigidity and turgidity to plants. Two types of cell division are
Mitosis and meiosis.
mitosis and meiosis. Mitosis produces two identical cells while meiosis produces
4.
four unidentical cells. The cells are not identical to each other. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Which of the following can be made into crystals?
Ma'am, virus.
Virus. A cell will swell up if
Ma'am, B.
Yes, ma'am. B.
Yes, ma'am. B.
it's B. If outside is higher, that means then only it will enter inside. Chromosomes are made up of
DNA and protein.
DNA and protein both. Which of these options are not a function of ribosomes?
Ma'am, third and fourth.
Ma'am, C.
Hormone and starch molecules, ribosomes can't prepare. They will prepare protein, and by using protein, they can prepare enzymes because enzymes are also proteins. Which of the following is not related to endoplasmic reticulum?
Ma'am, C.
Ma'am, C.
It can be the site of energy generation. What is wrong in that?
Ma'am, D.
C or D?
Ma'am, D.
Ma'am, D.
Sure.
Yes, ma'am.
Energy generation is done by mitochondria, right?
Yes.
I'm so C.
Ma'am, what is the correct answer?
Showing you will only get to know. Able to read?
Yes, ma'am.
What? What is written?
Yes, ma'am. C was the correct answer.
Some of the biochemical activities, not all of the. Most of the biochemical activities are taking place in cytoplasm, and some of them are taking place on ER. Understood?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
D is not wrong. D is right.
C and D is correct answers.
See how it is correct? Energy generation takes place in
Mitochondria.
Yeah.
Mitochondria. Energy generation is completely related to mitochondria. How can you forget that? Few definitions of following are the few definitions of osmosis. Select the correct definition.
A.
Already I've given the same question. It is through a semi-permeable membrane. Movement of the water molecules from its higher concentration to its lower concentration through a semi-permeable membrane is called osmosis. Plasmolysis in a plant cell is defined as
Ma'am,
B.
sorry.
shrinkage of cytoplasm in the hypertonic medium. Which of the following are covered by single membrane? Vacuole. Actually, answers are two, vacuole and lysosomes, both of them. But last year, the same question was asked in your school, and they have given marks only for vacuole. Lysosomes, they have not given marks. Okay. In the first periodic, that has happened. Then the false statement.
Ma'am, D.
Why?
It is not called.
Yeah,
Both are
cytoplasm.
different things.
So what is the protoplasm?
And protoplasm includes plasma membrane, but cytoplasm does not.
Cytoplasm plus organelle together is protoplasm. Only cytoplasm cannot be protoplasm. Correct sentence?
Ma'am, C. No.
Was the answer? Check.
Ma'am, D.
Yes, ma'am, D.
D. How?
Ma'am, B.
D or B?
Ma'am, I think it's B.
Ma'am, B is wrong.
B is wrong. RER, they are asking, they have used the word respectively makes the difference. That means RER, according to this statement, RER is this one related to synthesis of production of lipid, and SER is the production of protein, which is opposite. So this statement is wrong. Which cell organelle plays a crucial role in detoxifying many poisons and drugs in a cell?
Ma'am, smooth endoplasmic reticulum.
Ma'am, SCR.
Which one? SER, smooth endoplasmic reticulum. The proteins and lipids essential for building the cell membrane are manufactured by
Ma'am, SCR.
RER and SER both. And that process is called
Ma'am, membrane biogenesis.
membrane biogenesis. Undefined nuclear region of prokaryotes are also known as
Nucleoid.
nucleoid. The cell organelle involved in forming complex sugar from simple sugar is
Golgi.
Golgi bodies, Golgi apparatus. Which out of the following is not a function of vacuole?
Ma'am, locomotion.
Locomotion, movement is not the function of vacuole. It has a function of storage. It has a function of providing turgidity and rigidity as well as waste excretion. Amoeba acquires its food through a process termed
Endocytosis B.
endocytosis. Cell wall of which one of these is not made up of cellulose?
Ma'am, bacteria.
Bacteria.
Bacteria. It is made up of protein. Chitin. Silver nitrate solution is used to study
Golgi apparatus.
yes, it is Golgi apparatus. It was written here. I've shown you earlier that also. Clear?
Yes.
So it is Golgi bodies are stained using silver nitrate. Okay. Organelle other than nucleus containing DNA is mitochondria, right? Mitochondria, and here it is not there. Which one else?
Plastids.
Plastids. Plastids and mitochondria both contain their own DNA because they have ribosomes. So they can produce their own protein and therefore they can synthesize their own DNA. Kitchen of the cell is
Ma'am, chloro.
Chloroplast.
And
chloroplast. Lipid molecules in the cell are synthesized by
SER.
SER, smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Cell arises from pre-existing cell was stated by
Virtue.
Virchow. And cell theory was given by
Sheldon, Schwann, and Word.
Sheldon and Shawn. First one, and then Virchow has added the second one. The only cell organelle seen in prokaryotic cell is which is the only organelle seen in prokaryotic cell? Ribosomes, right? Non-membranous organelle. Organelle without a cell membrane. The organelle which is without a cell membrane.
Ma'am, ribosomes.
Ribosomes. Everything is connected to each other. Arjun, you want to tell something? Arjun, you have who is this, Arjun? Arjun? One micrometer is?
Ma'am, 1 to the power of minus 9 meter. Minus 6.
And 10 to the right to minus 6.
10 to the power minus 6 meters. Lysosome arises from
Yeah.
Golgi apparatus, Golgi bodies. Living cells were discovered by
Leeuwenhoek.
Leeuwenhoek. Robert Hooke has discovered the dead cell. He has seen the dead cell, but the Leeuwenhoek was the first scientist who has seen living cells. Okay. Only one student has turned on camera. Everyone need to turn on camera, otherwise I will remove you from the class. How many times I need to give that warning? Last class I've removed also. Then also you people are not serious about that. Select the odd one out.
Ma'am, D.
D. Plasma membrane contain chitin sugar in plants, which is completely wrong. Plasma membrane cell wall of bacteria contains chitin sugar. Chitin is present in bacteria, not in even plant or animal. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Why are lysosomes known as suicidal bags?
Ma'am, lysosomes are digestive enzymes in it, so they can digest some foreign materials, but sometimes they can destroy them, and which causes in the killing of the cell, because of which the lysosomes are called as suicidal bags of the cell.
So they won't, it is if the cell dies, ruptures, then it will burst open and digest the entire cell.
Yes.
Why does the skin of your finger shrink when you wash clothes for a long time?
Now, when we wash clothes, this water is
The soap solution is more concentrated than the
and hence the
due to
water
exhaust.
components in our finger cells exit.
It is a hypertonic solution. When we add our fingers into soap solution is a hypertonic solution, more concentrated solution, so amount of water is less. So our hands lose water and hence it shrinks. Fingers looks like shrinking. Why is endocytosis found in animals only?
Ma'am, because in plants they make their own food.
Ma'am, because animal cell lack in cell wall.
Okay, and endocytosis means what? Intake of the food. Plant cells intake food?
No.
No, they are preparing food. So animals are heterotrophic organisms. They intake food from the surrounding. And therefore, endocytosis takes place in animal cell only, not in plant cell. Clear?
Yes.
A person takes concentrated solution of salt. After sometimes he start vomiting. Why? What is the phenomena responsible for such situation? Takes means eats, drinks. So why this happens? Yep.
Ma'am, I know this. No, but I can't explain it.
What?
Ma'am, I know the reason, but I don't know how to like, explain how he got vomit.
So it is what exoosmosis takes place. So he's taking a concentrated solution of a salt. So when he is intaking, so inside the surrounding the cell, there is fully, what happens? The concentrated solution around the cell. So this when the cell starts losing water. So due to accumulation of more water in the body, the vomiting, he starts vomiting. Understood? So when any person is intaking concentrated solution of a salt, at that time what happened? Surrounding the cell, there is a hypertonic solution is created. So every cell, due to that a concentrated solution, what happens? Outside cell, lesser water. Inside cell, more water. So water will be, every cell will lose water. Now in external medium, there is a much more amount of water is produced. Water is present in external medium. Now it is water. Every cell starts giving out water. So inside our body, more amount of water get accumulated. And that is the reason person start vomiting. Clear?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Name any cell organelle which is non-membranous.
Ma'am, ribosomes.
Ribosomes. We eat food composed of all the nutrients like carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, and water. After digestion, these are absorbed in the form of glucose, amino acids, fatty acids, and glycerol, etc. What mechanisms are involved in absorption of digested food and water? Digested food, diffusion, water, osmosis. Diffusion and osmosis respectively. Clear?
Yes.
The cells are absorbing, cells are intaking that food. So when the food is intaken from higher concentration to lower concentration, that is diffusion. And when water moves in and out, then that is osmosis. Clear? If you are provided with some vegetables to cook, you generally add salt into the vegetable during cooking process. After adding salt, vegetables release water. What mechanism is responsible for this?
Ma'am, exocytosis.
Ma'am, exosomes.
Osmosis, water comes out. No, movement of water taken place. So it is osmosis. Movement of water is osmosis always. And other than water, anything else is diffusion. Clear?
Yes. Ma'am.
A cell of onion peel and RBC are separately kept in hypotonic solution. Hypotonic solution means?
Ma'am, the cell contains more water than the cell.
Hypotonic solution, the solution which has lesser concentration. That means solute particles are less. What among the following will take place? Both the cells will swell. RBC burst easily while cells of onion peel will resist the bursting due to some extent. Both A and B are correct. And fourth, RBC and onion peel cells will behave similarly.
Ma'am, D, ma'am, RBC and onion peel cells behave similarly.
No. RBC is an animal cell and the onion peel cell is a plant cell. Plant cells have cell wall. Clear? So it is hypotonic solution. So plant will absorb water, or both the cells will absorb water. So both will swell. But in case of RBC, without cell wall, burst, because it is not able to manage that pressure. And therefore RBC will burst. And although the same quantity of onion peel cell also has a water, but due to presence of rigid cell wall, it won't burst. It will prevent bursting. The cell wall prevents bursting in plant cell. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Bacteria does not have chloroplasts, so that is chloroautotropism. Chemotropism, it is like that. Then match. SER,
Ma'am,
Detoxification.
detoxification.
And lysosome suicidal.
bags.
This is detoxification. Lysosomes,
Suicidal.
Bags.
suicidal bags. Nucleoid,
Bacteria.
Bacteria.
bacteria, prokaryotic. Food vacuole,
Amoeba.
Amoeba.
amoeba. Chromatin, material, and nucleolus,
Nucleus.
Nucleus.
nucleus. They are present inside the nucleus. Then write the different plant parts in which chromoplast, chloroplast, and leucoplast are present.
Chromoplast, flower and fruits.
Hmm?
And chloroplast, stem and leaf.
Plus roots. Ma'am, leucoplast, that's root.
Leucoplast.
Leucoplast are storing. So storage is done in stem and roots. Chromoplast in fruits and flowers, different colors. And chloroplast are in leaves. Okay. Cell organelles which performs this function.
Ma'am, ER.
Ma'am, endoplasmic reticulum.
Transport channel of the cell, endoplasmic reticulum. Okay.
Ma'am, powerhouse, mitochondria.
Mitochondria.
Powerhouse of the cell, mitochondria. Packaging and dispatching unit,
Ma'am,
Golgi
Golgi.
apparatus.
Golgi bodies. Digestive bag,
Plasma.
Lysosome.
lysosomes. Storage sacs,
Ma'am, vacuoles.
vacuole. Kitchen of the cell,
Chloroplast.
chloroplast. Control room of the cell,
Nucleus.
Nucleus.
nucleus. How is bacterial cell different from an animal peel cell? So which difference you need to write?
Ma'am, eukaryote.
Ma'am, bacteria is prokaryote and onion is
And onion is
Right?
onion.
Okay. Bacterial cell is prokaryotic cell and onion peel cell is eukaryotic cell. So you need to write the difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic further. What is the first difference? Prokaryotic is, you have to write it down. Write down, right? All the 4 points, write down. Difference between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Okay, done. All 4 points. You need to write 4-point difference.
I'm between eukaryote and prokaryote, or onion peel cell and bacteria cell.
Bacteria, that is both the same only, no?
Yes, ma'am. So we should write prokaryotic and eukaryotic.
Prokaryote and eukaryote. In both of them, answer is remain same.
Done.
So what is the first point?
Ma'am, prokaryotes are small.
Prokaryotes are
Ma'am, prokaryotes do not have well-defined nucleus.
do not have well-defined nuclear membrane, and eukaryote have well-defined nucleus and nuclear membrane. Second point,
Prokaryotes have single chromosomes.
prokaryotes have single chromosomes and multiple chromosomes in eukaryote. Third,
Cell wall is present in prokaryotic and absent in eukaryotic.
no, wrong. Bacteria and plant cell both have cell wall.
Prokaryotes are unicellular.
Then eukaryotes are also unicellular.
Ma'am,
Prokaryotes are small in size, eukaryotes are large in size.
That should be the last point. That should not be included in the beginning. The important point is membrane-bound cell organelles are absent in prokaryotes, and in eukaryotes, membrane-bound cell organelles present. Two important points about the nuclear and nuclear membrane and cell-bound organelle, membrane-bound organelle. These are the two important points. If these two written, you will get marks. All others are subsidiary. That is only you have to include two increased points. But these are the main points. Although you have written 3 points and you have not written any of these 2 points, they will not give you full marks. Clear? So you need to include these. Then, how do substances like carbon dioxide and water moves in and out of the cell?
ma'am, by diffusion.
By the process of diffusion, carbon dioxide rush into from cell to blood or cell to external environment, because inside the cell more amount of carbon dioxide and outside it is less. So the carbon dioxide move out of tissues, that is from its higher concentration to its lower concentration, and oxygen will move from external environment into the cell. External environment has more oxygen and cell has lesser oxygen. So oxygen will diffuse through plasma membrane from its higher concentration to its lower concentration. They are mentioned here in the first page. They are mentioned here. Some substances like CO2, which is waste and requires to be excreted out by the cell, accumulates in higher concentration inside the cell. In these cells' external environment, the concentration of CO2 is low as compared to that inside the cell. So as soon as there is a difference of concentration of CO2 inside and outside the cell, CO2 moves out of the cell from a region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration outside the cell by the process of diffusion. And about oxygen, oxygen enters the cell by the process diffusion. When the level or concentration of O2 inside the cell decreases, diffusion plays an important role in the gaseous exchange. So oxygen inside the cell decreases, external environment, oxygen is more. So oxygen will move into the cell by the diffusion process. Clear?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
How does amoeba obtain its food?
Ma'am, endocyte.
By endocytosis is intake the food from external environment by using pseudopodia. Name the two organelles in plant cell that contain their own genetic material and ribosomes.
Ma'am, chloroplast and mitochondria.
Chloroplast and mitochondria, right. Why are the lysosomes are known as scavengers of the cells? The same as why they are called suicidal bats. Which cell organelle controls most of the activities of the cell?
Nucleus.
Nucleus. Which kind of a plastid is more common in roots of the plants?
Ma'am, leucoplast.
Leucoplast. Leaves of the plants?
Chloroplast.
Chloroplast. And flowers and fruits?
Chromoplast.
Chromoplast. Why do plant cells possess large-sized vacuole?
Ma'am, it provides shape and rigidity to the cell.
Turgidity and rigidity to the cell. And it also works as a storage sacs. It stores cell sap as well as water, mineral, and other nutrients. Even it helps in excretion of waste material. How are chromatin, chromatid, and chromosomes related to each other? Chromatin is a chain of DNA. When many DNAs combine together, they form chromatin. So these chromatin threads, these are in the form of threads. At the time of cell division, these chromatin fibers arrange themselves in a chromosomes. So two-shaped structures, what you see. So it is chromatin is a thread-like structures. They are randomly present inside the nucleus. Now these chromosomes arrange in this form. At the time of cell division, they will arrange in this order, right? So these two parts are called chromosomes. And one of the thread is called chromatid. One chromatid, two chromatid combine together to form chromosome. Chromatin is a genes thread. So genes are present in the form of DNA. DNA combines to form genes, and these are present on the thread called chromatin threads. Chromatin fibers. So these chromatin fibers at the time of cell divisions, they arrange themselves in a particular pattern of pair of threads. So that pair of thread is called chromosome. And one single fiber of that pair of chromosomes, one single fiber is called as chromatid. Understood?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
What are the consequences of the following conditions? Cell containing higher water concentration than the surrounding medium.
Exosmosis.
Shrink.
It will
Shrink.
It will loses water and shrink in size. Cell having low water concentration than the surrounding medium.
Ma'am, the cell will swell.
Cell will swell by absorbing water. Endoosmosis takes place. And cell having what equal water concentration to its surrounding medium.
Nothing.
Ma'am, there's nothing. No
So
change.
water will move, but equally in both the directions. So cell will neither swells nor shrinks, remain same size. Clear? Draw the plant cell and label the parts which determines the function and development of the cell. Which determines the function and development of the cell. Which organelle or part determines the functioning of the cell? Which one will control that?
Nucleus.
Nucleus will control also. Nucleus packages material coming from the endoplasmic reticulum.
Golgi
Ma'am, you have given.
Golgi bodies provides resistance to microbes to withstand hypotonic external media without bursting.
cell wall.
Cell wall.
Cell wall is a site for many biochemical reactions necessary to sustain life.
Cytoplasm.
Cytoplasm.
It is a cytoplasm and is a fluid contained inside the nucleus.
Nucleoplasm.
Ma'am,
Nucleoplasm inside the nucleus. So it is nucleoplasm. Class 8 students, wait for 2 minutes. Okay, and then final one last question is there. This is important, 5 marker. Dry apricots, what in brief state what happens when dry apricots are left for sometimes in pure water and then later transferred to sugar solution. So when they are left in pure water, what will happen?
They will shrink.
Pure water.
It will swell.
Pure
Same
water,
natural
so it is higher water concentration is more outside. So they will absorb water and swell. And when they are placed in sugar solution, that means a hypertonic solution. So they will lose water and shrink in size again. Red blood cells is kept in concentrated saline solution.
It will burst.
Shrink.
Concentrated saline solution. Saline solution, that means it is a
It will shrink.
salty. It will lose water and shrink in size. The plasma membrane of the cell breaks down.
The organelles will die.
Exchange the materials.
What? What is the function of plasma membrane? That won't happen.
Ma'am, diffusion and osmosis will not take place.
Diffusion and osmosis will not take place. All the cell organelles are open into the external environment. So cell eventually will, all the cell parts, cytoplasm and all cell organelles are spread. And finally, lysosomes burst open and digest the entire cell. The cell died. Rio leaves are boiled in water first and then drop of sugar solution. Sugar syrup is put on it.
Ma'am, what are Rio cells, please?
Rio leaves are the leaves are the leaves of the aquatic plant Rio. It is one of the aquatic plant.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, the cell will die.
So first when they are boiled in water, so at that time they will shrink in size because of heating. The water has moved out, shrink in size, and they died. After dying, after you add sugar syrup or water, nothing will take place because the leaf already that leaf has died. All the cells in that leaf, in those leaves got died. Okay, so no change takes place. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
And Golgi apparatus is removed from the cell.
Sorting and packaging won't take place.
Storing, packaging, modification, transportation won't take place. Understood?
Yes.
These all questions are most important questions what we have done today. Okay. So next class, matter around a sphere.
Okay, ma'am.
Read, complete the chapter, and then come. So just like then it will be faster. Otherwise, we cannot finish the chapter then. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then you can leave.
Thank you.